All right, here we have the converse of the hinge theorem, also known as side-side-side inequality. So basically you have the same situation, and now what we're saying is if the line is longer, like if this red line is longer than this blue line, then this red angle is bigger than this blue angle. Okay, so you have your two congruent sides and the included angle. If you have two congruent sides and a third side, which is longer than a triangle with the same length sides but a shorter third side, then that included angle between those congruent sides will definitely and always be greater for the red or less than for the blue. So how can we use that? Well, we can of course set up some algebra with this. Here we have a situation where we have to use the reflexive property because there's a shared side here in the middle. But that does give us a chance to set up our hinge theorem. So we know here that if RS is longer than ST, then angle RUS has to be greater. The measure of angle RUS has to be greater than the measure of angle SUT. All right. So what does that mean? That means that um, 60 degrees is greater than 5x minus 20. Okay. And then we can solve that and say that we'll go plus 20 on both sides. That's 0. 60 plus 20 is 80. 80 is greater than 5x. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. That cancels out. 80 divided by 5 is 16. So we know that 16, x has to be less than 16, or 16 is greater than x. That gives us the upper limit. Now, of course, we don't know how small x can be, but we definitely know that x can't be negative, or that we know that this angle can't be negative. So we can also set up that this is the upper limit. And the lower limit is just going to be that that angle has to be bigger than 0. We can tell that for sure because of 10. We don't know. I mean, it's probably bigger than. We don't know enough to say that it's anything other than bigger than 0, even though that seems obviously true. So this angle, 5x minus 20, is bigger than 0. So now we'll go plus 20, and 20 is less than 5x. Divide by 5, divide by 5. 4 is less than x, or x is greater than 4. So we could either write that as 16 is greater than x and 4 is less than x, and put an and in between and write our compound inequality like that. We could also write it all together as 4 is less than x is less than 16. So x is between 4 and 16. Oh, I ran off the visible area there. There we go. So when you do these, you have to find the upper limit and the lower limit. Okay. So here's another example. You have a situation here where you can set up the hinge theorem. You know something about angle K and you know something about angle N. And you have to determine the upper and lower limit and then write an inequality that says what range of possible values X could be.